What is the language of love? Poetry attempts to contain the beloved in words. Visual arts linger on the physical representation of the muse. Cinema relies on the gaze to infer magnetism between two individuals. Todd Haynes' Carol is a romantic drama period piece, but in so many ways is more than that. Based on the 1952 romance novel The Price of Salt by Patricia Highsmith, the film is a testament to the use of cinematic language in the service of deep emotion. The story follows Carol and Therese, two women who meet in New York City during the early 50s. The setting is the cheerful and cold Christmas season, a symbol here of both happiness and social conformity. Therese, played by Rooney Mara, is a young and inexperienced woman working behind the counter of a toy department store.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Carol, played by Cate Blanchett, is a wealthy woman amid a messy divorce. They meet by chance, as Carol is trying to buy a Christmas present for her young daughter. Despite their distinct backgrounds and personal motivations, Therese and Carol fall deeply in love. In adapting the book to the screen, Todd Haynes demonstrates an incredible domain of cinematic language. Shot by Ed Lachman on grainy 60mm film, he retains the photographic quality we so often associate with the 50s, a visual imprint of our memory of both nostalgic family photos and magazine street photography of the era. Shooting in film was essential to keep the anthropomorphic quality of the grain. While digitally generated grain can be stable and pixel fixated, real film grain allows for finer grains to appear in highlights and larger grains in lower light areas, adding another expressive layer that is impacting the surface of the character's emotional being, granting a certain emotionality to the image that feels more human. And this human touch is present throughout the whole film. Todd Haynes highlights emotion through simple visual solutions. The movie's main visual trope is the veiled view of the main characters. Instead of gazing at them directly, we often see them through the glass of windows, with their image distorted by spattered raindrops, reflections of street light, and fog. As the characters have to hide their feelings, so we see them concealed by the reflection of this oppressive world that shuts them into this visual cocoon. The love between these two women is often presented as something secret, a reflection of the invisible life of lesbians in the 1950s. Here, words and public displays of affection are part of the authoritative world of men. Male characters are shown to be overtly open about their feelings towards a woman. On the other hand, the world of Carol and Therese needs to be discreet, functioning underneath the surface of the codes of society. Love, then, cannot be displayed in a classic, ardent way, but through simple gestures. In this hazy, abstract world, the loneliness and agony are almost tactile. Todd Haynes illustrates more than just the materiality of their love story, but the pure emotion that is the catalyst of their relationship. And so, some of the best moments of the film are incredibly quiet. The camera lingers into enclosed spaces as the characters simply gaze at each other. In the scene, Carol and Therese are just existing, trapped by each other's loving gaze. Here, Haynes utilizes the simple solution of shot-reverse shot, intercutting between characters, not in an attempt to create dialogue coverage, but as a way of depicting the magical simplicity of love. The effortless and overwhelmingly romantic magnetism of two lovers' gaze. Wardrobe and color are also essential here to communicate both the transgressive nature of their relationship and the societal codes of the 1950s. When we first meet Therese, she is wearing green tones, while Carol is wearing a brown fur coat that covers the vibrancy of her red dress. This is a symbol of their subtle conformity. Throughout the film, in both costume and setting, the color brown is systematically used to represent the imposing world of masculinity, while reds and greens, the archetypical colors of Christmas, are used as an allegory of their groundbreaking passion for one another. This precise wardrobe interchange allows us to understand the progress of their romance. In moments of isolation from each other, both women tend to sport the normative color brown. And as the two women grow more and more intimate, we see both wear red and green tones. This is because social conformity is also a central thematic of Carol. The toy train that initially unites the characters is a powerful metaphor for the inevitable feeling of isolation they feel. In the book, the train is not only a symbol of a counterintuitive present for a little girl in the 1950s, but also a symbol of confinement. Much like the toy train, trapped in this frantic loop, the two women see themselves entrapped by their societal roles, not allowed to be who they truly are, to express how they truly feel. There is something pulsing and living underneath the surface of the image in every frame of Carol. The director exalts the romantic ardor between two women that up to the point they meet have forged a fantasy life for themselves, trying to fit in with everyone else. And although tinted in greens, reds, and pastel tones, the film never feels like a pastiche of classic Hollywood cinema of the 1950s. Haynes is very aware of the injustices that forge the cinematic language we all know, and it's his mastery of the very same language that allows for the visual transgressions we see in the film. The gaze in Carol is the one shared by two humans in love, a gaze that we as audience borrow, even if just for a little moment.